The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! Left to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, hello and welcome here to Leamington, Ontario, as we get you set for Strathroy Rockets hockey here on the Rockets YouTube page. Noah Smith and Eldon Dunseith with you here to call the action as the Rockets look to get back into the win column, and they'll have to do so against an always tough Leamington Flyers hockey club, who themselves are coming off a loss just last night, and they'll try to turn things around here in what already looks like it's going to be a pretty well-filled building here in Leamington.
Yeah, as we were just talking about, with the lifting of vaccination proof being required to get into public places in a lot of places, we're going to have a good crowd here. There's already, the game hasn't even started yet, and there's already more people in here than when we were here in late October.
And speaking of when we were here last, it has been 131 days since the Rockets and the Flyers last met. That was at home, and a few days before that was the last time that we made the trip here to Leamington. Over 4 months, and in a GOJHL regular season, that's almost unheard of. Even throw in the 1 month stoppage that we had due to the COVID shutdown in January, and that is still a long time to go without seeing another one of the 9 teams in your conference. And the Rockets here, they've changed a lot since then. The Flyers have as well, and one of the things that's trade was a trade between the two teams.
Well, funny story how we were here in late October, and the day after, on the Friday, it was announced that they had acquired, the Rockets had acquired Chaz Nixon to play goal. And so, yeah, in 4 months we've had him, and lots of changes, as you mentioned, the COVID, lots of trades, lots of goings-on in the Western Conference of the GOJHL. And the season is winding down. The teams have anywhere from 7 to 11 games remaining. And it's going to be a real race to the finish here over the next 3 weeks.
One of those teams that has the 7 games remaining are the Strathroy Rockets, this being one of those 7 games. And in those 7, Eldon, they faced these Leamington Flyers 3 different times. So you talk about how long it's been since they faced Leamington. And what comes with that happens to be a very busy end of the schedule. 3 games against Leamington, 1 game against London. Those are the top 2 teams in the West, and you got to play them 4 times out of your last 7. It is going to be an awfully tough stretch for Strathroy to finish off this regular season.
The one upside that the Rockets have going for them is that they are 10 now points clear of the Sarnia Legionnaires for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference. And they would pretty much have to go winless in their final 7 games, and Sarnia would have to win 6 of their final 11 in order for the Rockets to miss. So they do have some padding here, and Sarnia plays tonight.
Sarnia playing tonight as well, and as we get into this final few weeks of the regular season, games start winding down. You start looking at potential playoff matchups. If the playoffs started today, Strathroy would draw London in the first round, and they would miss out on having to play this Leamington team. But you talked about Leamington having Strathroy 3 times in their final 10 or 11 games of the regular season. They also have Sarnia a handful of times as well, and they themselves are looking at that schedule thinking, man, we can catch London, and they have 1 meeting with the London Nationals on their final day of the regular season. I think is really going to come down to who wins this Western Conference.
I agree. As we were talking about earlier, Leamington's final game of the season is that game against London. The Nationals, luckily for them, in a way, they still have 2 games after that in order to maybe make up points. But a London, that game could very well come down to deciding who finishes first in the Western Conference and being the most likely first-round opponent for the Rockets.
Let's get to the scratches and the starting lineups here in this hockey game. First for the Strathroy Rockets, it is not the former Leamington Flyer Chaz Nixon getting the starting goal. Matthew Brazeau will get the start here for Strathroy, a guy that has looked really different since coming back to Strathroy after it looked like he wasn't going to be on the team. Has really turned his season around, and he gets the start here tonight.
Yeah, he has played really well over the last couple of months and really earned the regular playing time that he has got in that time.
Out of the lineup tonight for Strathroy, Cole Smith, Matthew Pimentel, Ryan Marshall, Brandon Spezial and Tyler Buck not playing today for Strathroy. They'll start the big line of Elliston, Balaz, and Carson Perry up front, a line that has really been carrying this team through the final few weeks here of this regular season, and a line that I think has gelled really well together. And of course, Riley Wood earlier on in the season getting swapped out in the trade with Michael Elliston. But man, this line has looked as good, if not better, than they have all season long.
Michael Elliston brings a lot to the club, and as evidenced by his hat trick in the most recent home game, the win over Sarnia. And the line, you're right, this line has looked just dynamite of late for the Rockets.
Carson Perry assisting on all 3 of the Michael Elliston goals on Saturday night in the home win over the Sarnia Legionnaires. As the horn goes and the Flyers make their way out to the ice, led by starting goaltender Ryan Boladori here for Leamington, a guy that has really split the crease time for the Flyers this year, but he'll get the start here. A solid goaltender leading out this Flyers club, looking to get themselves a big win here to bounce back after the loss last night.
Yeah, the loss in LaSalle last night. Big 2 points for the Vipers as they also fight for position in the middle of the Western Conference standings.
We'll now take it down to ice level here from the national anthems. Puck drop to follow here from Leamington. So O Canada complete and just about ready for hockey here in Leamington. It's the Strathroy Rockets and the Leamington Flyers here on this Thursday night. 7 games to go in the regular season for Strathroy. And it starts here with a home-and-home against the Flyers beginning on this Thursday night.
Yeah, 2 nights from now, these teams will play again at the West Middlesex Memorial Center. And we talked about it before too. Leamington, for those of our listeners who haven't been here, has an Olympic-sized rink, similar to what the Nationals play on in London. And it is much bigger than playing at home. A lot of space for both clubs to work, even 5-on-5.
So the puck is down and we're underway to start things here as the Flyers right off the opening drive able to work it up to center, and it's dumped in by Udero. Back behind the net, Ty Johnson there for Strathroy, tying up his man Darby Lemieux. Gets it over to Balaz on the right side. He pokes it out. Now Elliston poked up to center, intercepted, and dumped in right away. Here's the Flyers will chase once again inside the offensive zone. O'Neill on the left side in the far corner now. Circling back, tries to hand it behind the net, comes all the way around the boards. McGibbon fires a shot there. That one knocked away. Now here comes Elliston working up through center ice. Gets that pass over, but not quite up to Balaz. And now here comes Leamington at the Strathroy blue line. Kindry back, and now Perry will carry it back inside. Turned over, shot on O'Neill. Nice save by Brazeau as he got the glove on it. Cleared up to the blue line and then dumped back to the Leamington blue line as Brazeau already having to bail out Carson Perry.
Tape to tape, Perry. Not the kind of pass you want to make in your own end.
Carried in on the left side, stopping. Looking for a pass into the corner. McPherson's pinned up against the wall. The Rockets get it up to the blue line, and the Flyers will carry it up themselves. Now they'll have to clear, enter back inside of the Strathroy zone. Hull's pass off the skates, nobody there. Turned over, another chance in the slot. Shot fired on. Brazeau makes the save, and it goes into the corner. Habib now. Johnson gets it out to center. Hewitt will carry it across the line, and he'll dump it into the far corner. Hogarth in there chasing as well. McPherson now from the right side. Long pass across the ice. Kane Johnson will pick it up, and he'll fire it into the offensive zone. Minute and 45 seconds gone here to start this contest. Up to center, back as it's dumped onto the stick of Blake Hall. Far right side, Kane Johnson. He'll just dump it in from just outside the blue line. Now a long lead, pass on, springing just inside the blue line, looking for a shot. And a good defensive play to knock that one away. All the way back, and Gouvion will send it across to the far side. Leamington now inside their own zone. Bouncing puck, unable to settle that one down was Clark. D as they work it out of their own zone. Through center, bounce pass off the boards. Into Chase in the corner. Trying to hold on to that one all the way around to the opposite side. Able to get to the blue line and hold it in there. Long way to go. Dump back in past Piccolo, and will come all the way to the other side of the blue line. And now the Rockets will get possession back behind their own net. Laszlo to Piercy. Piercy up against the wall, knocked off his stick. And they're holding on to it. Barnes to Piercy. Piercy's pass knocked down by the stick of Cotter, and then dumped right back into the Strathroy zone, this time by Connor McCracken. Off onto the boards, back down to Alex Laszlo. He'll pick it up over to Charlie Barnes. Piercy now. Pass to center. Cucci, he'll dump it in. This time to the right corner, and the Rockets will get a change. Flyers quickly trying to move it up into the offensive zone now. Carrying it wide on the right side. Cotter into the corner, knocked off the puck. There to try and hold on to it and pick it up. Almost losing that one. Knocked away. Cotter again from the blue line. Fires one to the net. That one's going to miss. Running along the ice and just wide of the goal of Brazeau. Pass comes through the middle. Now Faulkner dumped in off the pass from Dundas. He'll chase. Dundas up against the wall, trying to knock that one back to Faulkner. Picked up behind the net, rimmed around. Flyers trying to exit their own zone, almost turned over, and once again they'll pick it up here. This time just flipping it up into the neutral zone. The bouncing puck will be off a skate of Ty Johnson. Kendry now, long way down the ice. Dundas tipped, but he's just shy of center, and it'll be an icing against Strathroy.
Good attempt. He did make contact, but as you said, shy of the red line. You said Cotter going wide. He really do go wide here. The rink being 25 feet more in width. A lot more space between the circles and the walls here in Leamington.
Face-off off to Brazeau's right side, up to the point, and it's going to split the D, get past O'Brien. Now O'Brien on the return pass with Tage Gallant chasing him down up against the wall. Able to get it back behind the net. Holding on to it here, comes out on forehand. Pass from Cohen Taves, gets it up to center. They'll carry it into the offensive zone. Knocked off the stick there. Here to pick it up, coming through center. Perry tripped a little bit. Elliston almost chipped it past Taves and couldn't get the puck back. Now Cohen Taves in across the blue line. Left side, drop pass, shot, scores! Darby Lemieux beats Brazeau, and it's 1-0 Leamington early on.
What a bullet wrist shot as Lemieux took the drop pass just in the circle to the right of Brazeau. He didn't have it on his stick very long and fired a low, hard wrist shot, low glove side on Brazeau. No real chance there for Matthew. And 4:29 into the first period, it is 1-0 Flyers.
Leamington showing how quickly that they can enter the zone and set up as that drop pass right onto the stick there and firing it past Brazeau to give Leamington the early 1-0 lead. Picked up back behind the net now. Prudhomme getting it up to center. Going to carry it himself. Pass will go off his stick. Picked up by Michael Elliston. Now Elliston up in the rush. Over to Perry. Perry left side. Perry back to Elliston just out of the reach of him. Over on the side of the net. Elliston trying to pick it up here. Prudhomme rimmed around the boards. Laszlo's able to get there at the point. Has that one get past him and cleared out to the neutral zone. Rockets will dump it back in. Just inside the Leamington zone. Now up all the way back to the Strathroy blue line. Laszlo looking for a long, quick pass. Now Perry breaks in. Elliston just fans on it. Gets it back. Looks to the middle of the ice there. And it's going to be turned over as the Flyers come back the other way. McPherson, pass, looking shot to the net. That one goes just wide. Carson Perry now. Blaz out front of him, carries it in, and he'll dump it in. Now the Rockets will look for a change after a good shift from that top line. Dump back down the ice. Ty Johnson will chase, and he'll hold on to it. Now looking for the long pass. He got it intercepted. Hogarth will fire it in. Hits his own man. Kane Johnson now getting the puck back. Takes a couple of hits, gets it into the corner. There to try and hold on to it and pick it up and get that one away. Lassard back behind the net. Taken away. Nice play. Back behind the net. Hogarth just out of his reach. Around the boards to Owen Kindry. Kindry able to play it down low. Now the battle goes off to the right side. Polidori looking for a shot on Hewitt. That one was blocked. Hewitt will pick it up again in the corner here for Strathroy. Back behind the net. Piccolo, nice hit to separate him from the puck, and the Flyers will clear as that one's dumped out off the boards up to center ice. Kindry now. Quick pass. Right on the tape. Looking, shot on, and trickled its way through to Brazeau, who scoops it up with the glove and gets the whistle.
Yeah, that shot bounced off Ty Johnson on its way to the net. Slowed it down just enough for Brazeau to make an easy glove save. And Sylvain Lassard sticking his nose in there down near the blue paint after the whistle, getting the attention of some of the Rockets' defense. Watch for him to be a bit of an agitator here tonight.
Cotter will be thrown out of the draw here. And the face-off one forward by Nelson, getting it over to the left side for Nigel Piercy. Piercy looking back to the middle of the ice, unable to get it anywhere. Now at center, Nelson again with it. Tons of time here for Noah Nelson. Back over to Blake Hull on the far left side, and now he'll dump it in just from inside center. Trying to go chase that one down. Here come the Flyers quickly moving out through center ice. In across center. Now just across the blue line. Cotter able to hold on to it, dumps it behind the net. Jacob Habib around the boards to the line. Holding and still holding to keep that one in. Nice play there. Trying to chip it too. On his way to the net. Prudhomme was knocked down. Back up to his feet here. Nelson holding on to it. Right side. Blake Hall up to Kochi. Kochi, nice spin pass onto the stick of Piercy. Piercy through the middle. Piercy, nice move. Piercy cuts to the net. Oh, and he's stopped there by Polidori, but what a nice move by Piercy.
Outside, inside move. He got around, I believe it was Cotter. He moved around him easily, but couldn't quite get a whole lot on the backhand. And a nice stop by Polidori and cover it up, and there'll be a face-off to his right deep in the Leamington zone.
A couple of nice moves to get to the net, but then ran out of moves by the time he got there. Back behind the Leamington net now as the Flyers with control of the puck, looking to exit their own zone at their own blue line now. Pass off the skates. Another chance here. Elliston looking back to Belaz on the right side. He'll chase just inside the line. Now looking to the net. Right on goal for Polidori, who will cover that one up against the paddle and get the whistle. 12-12 to go here in period number one. 1-0, the Flyers leading.
Yeah, the last time they were out here, just a couple of, the puck bobbled on Elliston the second time. The pass from Perry was just a little too much on it. But they did have some zone time in the O zone their last shift, and they look to replicate that here.
Elliston back behind the net now for the Rockets. Over to Charlie Barnes, now back to Elliston in the corner here working with the puck, and finally that one knocked away from him as it's picked up. Martineau looking to clear, over to W. Lemieux on the far left side of the ice. Martineau now clearing it off the glass and out. Alex Laszlo will chase back inside the Strathroy zone. Spins to get away from danger. Opens up some ice. Quick pass, Belaz right side. Has Perry jumping up with him. Quick pass to Perry. Now Perry tries to leave it for Belaz, and he didn't know it was there. Now quickly here come the Flyers back the other way. Little short 2-on-1 chance. Coming in across the line. Shot Grunder over top of the net. Had the wide open cage, and he fired it wide. Quick pass over, and Elliston will settle it down inside the Strathroy zone.
Grunder almost put that over the end glass into the netting on that one-timer. He got all of it, but definitely missed the target.
Just underneath it there with the iron and sent it over top of the net. Flyers back behind their own net here. 9 minutes into this contest. O'Brien dumped in off his stick. Back down low. McPherson now. And it's Connor McPherson. Back behind the net. Grundner couldn't hold on to that one. Was between his legs. Now picks it up again. Connor McPherson tied up in the skates of the official. Able to get it over to Ryan. Holds onto it. Up to the point. Taves, right side. Taves looks to the net. That one tipped and wide. Picked up again here. Still lots of time looking to the middle. And that pass intercepted. Ty Johnson up to Hewitt at center. Hewitt knocks it past Taves, and now he'll chase into the corner. Battle going as Hewitt's knocked down. The puck is flipped out and rolls into the Strathroy zone. Habib, quick pass up to the blue line, and the Rockets are offside on the play.
Yeah, he was going to take it in, but Hewitt was caught in the zone already. Offside to call. 10:08 to go. First period. That quick strike ability of the Flyers here, the difference so far has them ahead 1-0.
Already a number of chances here early on in this hockey game for the Flyers. Dumped in from center by Habib. Polidori looked off to his left. Puck played around the boards. There to pick it up. Gallant in the corner for Strathroy. Circles around, gets himself some space. Now up to the point, carrying it back down low. Still holding on to it here. Faulkner into the corner. Dundas couldn't get the puck back. Clark will take it away from him. Come out from the other side of the net and get the pass over to the left side. Now chipped forward. Going to be a foot race for it. Going to be waved off here as Hall goes back into the corner to get it. Takes a big hit, but he's able to play the puck away. Habib to the right side for Dundas. Return pass through his legs over to Blake Hall. Tons of time for Hall in the corner. Quick pass, Faulkner to center, and he'll flip it in on goal. Right on goal for Polidori, who will cover up and get the whistle.
You see the front line here for the Flyers. With Piccolo and Lassard, they're not necessarily the biggest, but they are quick. And as I said, they have that quick strike ability on this club. You're not a perennial. I mean, you see the banners here. The Flyers are used to having good teams. The ability to score goals, they almost always have it.
Faces off to the right side of Polidori. One back by Leamington. In control in their own zone. Pass to Cotter right out front of the net here, but Cotter's going to take it back into the corner and now settle things down. Just over 9 minutes to go here in the opening period. Cotter to center, got it to Nelson and then knocked away. Now carrying it forward. Cucci a move, knocked away from him. Nelson into the corner now. Cotter trying to take it away, he will. Now chasing it down, McCracken throws a hit up against there. Quick shove back by Cucci. Here's the Flyers now from their own blue line. Right out front of the benches there. A little bit of a collision. Gains center, dumps it in past Alex Laszlo. Nelson has lost his stick. There's a penalty on the play here as Brazeau heads to the bench. Barnes now holding on to it. Rockets inside their own zone here. They got the extra attacker on with the delayed penalty on the way.
I think they've got McKibben for the Flyers here for the penalty.
Something happened down in front of the Strathroy bench, and Nelson had lost his stick, had his arms up in the air looking towards the official who was ready to make the call. Now the Rockets here, who are just killing time off the clock, it seems, haven't made any attempt to work their way forward. Always worries you when they play with the puck in your own zone.
This is where accidents happen. They haven't left their own zone in the last 30 seconds, the six of them.
Hogarth up through the middle, now to Nelson. Nelson looking for a pass back, and this one finally going to be touched up there and blown down by the official. And the Strathroy Rockets will head to the power play here. And we'll see who gets it for Leamington.
Looks like a holding the stick call, and yes, McKibben, who had long ago gone to the bench, comes off the bench to go serve 2 minutes or less with 7:39 remaining in the first period. I think he committed the infraction at, about a minute ago.
If not more. The Rockets had plenty of time there and just kind of filled around with it inside their own zone. Alliston over to Hull here as they get to work on the power play for the first time tonight. And lots of room inside that offensive zone to work around the perimeter. That's where Perry has it. Perry looking for a pass back to the points, and nobody there to pick it up for Hull. Connor McPherson. Nice move. Knocked off his stick, though. Picked up by Brandon Belaz. Quick pass over to Nelson. Nelson has that one bounce off his tape and back into the Leamington zone. Held onto here as this one's dumped back to the Strathroy blue line, right onto the stick of Hall. Chipped Nelson to Perry. Perry steps in across the blue line, leaves it for Belaz. Now he gets it back. Rimmed around the boards. It'll come all the way up to Elliston. Elliston, who plays on the points here on defense on this power play, leaves it for Perry now. Perry up to the point for Hall. Now return pass. Holds onto it. Blue line. Hall looking through. Blocked. And it's going to be a short-handed break here. Coming in alone on Brazeau. Backhand. Stopped by the glove of Brazeau. Grundner with a glorious chance as he's hit in the corner. Piccolo with it, and the Flyers in possession inside the Strathroy zone. Now Piccolo holds. Toe drag move knocked away. And the Rockets finally get the puck out of their own zone.
Unfortunate bounce with the shot off the shin guard, and you're always standing still when that happens.
Nelson cuts to the net, fires a shot over top of the glove. Rockets trying to get possession back, but it's going to be cleared down the ice into the far corner. Foot race as Brazeau's going to come out of his net to play. Gets it over to Cucci. A little bit of a collision there with Brazeau and the oncoming Flyer here as Cucci will get it inside of the Leamington zone. Back behind the net here for Nigel Piercy. Piercy looking out front, trying to bang away at it. Hogarth, but it's covered up by Polidori. And this would draw a little bit of the crowd here with 18 seconds to go on the man advantage.
I'm not saying Brazeau initiated that contact, but I'm not saying he didn't. He definitely took kind of a sidestep hip into the oncoming forward to give his defenseman time. They're almost never going to call a penalty on the goaltender in a situation like that.
Goalies kind of get the benefit of the doubt there when you're out of the nets at any level to kind of move freely as you wish. And whether or not, as you mentioned, that move looked intentional, but he is trying to get his way back to the net.
And the official obviously didn't think the forward did anything wrong because he didn't call him either.
Dumped back into the Strathroy zone. Brazeau will play it off into the corner. Now Ty Johnson with it. Leaves it back for Kindry, and time will wind down here on the Strathroy power play. Given back out to the ice. Hogarth through the middle. Across the logos at center. Now into the offensive zone. Holding on to it. Hogarth shot on. Polidori makes the pad save. Now Cucci. Side of the goal line looking for it. Back down low. Hogarth poked off his stick. Far side of the ice now. Rockets trying to maintain possession here. 5:20 to go in period number one through center. Nice move. O'Neill cuts in. O'Neill scores. What a shot. Wyatt O'Neill, the move in the slot, the shot, glove side, 2-0 Leamington.
To use the basketball term, breaking ankles as he came across the blue line. He head faked Owen Kindry, who stepped left. O'Neill went back to the right, and he was in. And a gorgeous wrist shot going top shelf on Brazeau. And with 5:13 to go, it's now 2-0 Flyers.
The scoring prowess of the Flyers strikes again here on a play that didn't look overly dangerous. One move by O'Neill had him in the open, and the shot beats Brazeau. 2-0 Flyers here. Pass back up to center. Faulkner trying to hold on to it there. Gallant back to Hall. Hall's pass up to center ice. Dundas able to get it back. Now Hall. Pass to Gallant. Gallant knocked away. Taves with it. Taves trying to cut to the net. Taves gets the puck back. Backhand. Chance on goal. Brazeau dives across. They couldn't get a shot off. Pinned up against the wall here. Cohen Taves trying to get it back as he's pinched into the corner. Faulkner spins, gets himself some space, and now he'll bring it out to the blue line. Pass to Dundas, right side, back to Faulkner. Cuts into the offensive zone. Faulkner, nice move to put it between the legs, but then lost it instantly in the corner. Rimmed around the boards, trying to knock that one down. Gallant will swap out spots at the point there as pinching into the corner was Laszlo. Far right side, Barnes. Now, Dundas looking shot. That one well wide of the net. Polidori just looked it off to his right side. Faulkner, Dundas shot on. That one stopped again. Flyers just looking to clear here, running around a little bit inside their own zone. Getting it up to the blue line and then dumping it in. Laszlo on the pass from Barnes. Quickly up to Belaz. Belaz looking to just chip it forward. Shut down at center. Now Belaz, right side, across the blue line. has some space, leaves it for Perry. Perry back down low. Barnes looking, shot to the net. That one stopped Polidori. Perry couldn't hold on to it. Rimmed around the boards, up to the blue line, kept in by Elliston. Elliston down low, looking for a pass out front. Couldn't find Perry, and the Flyers will pick it up, work their way through center. Wide on the right side, now cutting through. McPherson to the net, pass out front. Grundler couldn't get the shot off there as it bounces off the tape. Here comes Perry, back across the logos at center. At the line, Balaz looking, shot on goal, and Polidori with the glove save to cover up.
It's a nice play by Ryan McPherson there. The pass out front to Grundler. He's actually had a couple of really good looks tonight. He's already got a hat trick this season against Strathroy. So he's not the guy you want to leave alone like that too often. I mean, they're down 2-0, and he's missed 2.
Nice play by McPherson, as you mentioned there. With the extra space here in Leamington on the sides, worked his way wide on the right side and beat the Rockets defenseman. Now Leamington inside their own zone here, 2:45 to go in this opening period. Turned over, Hogarth with it, dropped, Hewitt shot to the net, Polidori with the save, and a little bit of a poke on Polidori. I think that was Martineau with the slash on him.
Yeah. Well, they've had a couple of good chances, but for the most part, Polidori's just been picking cherries. He pucks from distance with no screen.
Up to the point for Johnson, right off the face-off for Strathroy. Tried to go down low. Utero will have this one knocked away from him by Kane Johnson. Now Hewitt back into the corner. Trying to hold on to that one. Johnson looking to the middle. Hewitt couldn't get a shot off, and it just floats its way in on goal. Polidori covered up, and now another poke after Polidori had his glove on it. Will draw another crowd out front of the Leamington net.
Well, Conn Smythe said if you can't beat him, beat him in the alley. And if the Rockets can maybe get under the skin of the Flyers a little bit, maybe that'll take them off their game. Apart from, 2 wonderful wrist shots that have the Flyers ahead 2-0, the game hasn't been that far out of reach for the Rockets. Just some bobbling pucks rolling off the stick.
And the Flyers taking advantage of their chances.
Exactly, and I mean, haven't said that in a while, but it is a thing.
Kindry shot to the net there. Polidori threw a little bit of a screen, makes the save right in the logo. 2:11 to go here in period number 1. It's a 2-0 Leamington lead. Rockets will get a fresh set of legs out there as the Piercy line comes out with Nelson at center. Cucci on the right side. Hull and Habib on the point. Face-off tied up. Now one up. Hull looking. Habib shot through traffic. That one about 2 feet wide of the goal. Bounces back up to Hull. Hull looking to that. This one finally knocked away. Looking for a lead pass onto the stick of McPherson, who would have been away at the races. Into the corner now. McPherson back behind the net. Some space. McPherson looks out front. Backhand scores. Right on cue. Grudner from the McPherson brothers, and it's 3-0 Leamington.
Well, the rate it was going, it seemed only a matter of time before Gavin Grudner got himself on the score sheet. And Connor McPherson, nice little pass out from behind the net. And Grudner didn't get a lot on it, but it got up over the right shoulder of Brazeau into the upper part of the net. And it's 3-0 Flyers here late in the first period.
Held on to as Piercy knocks it away from Taves, back out to center. O'Brien quickly over. Trying to play that one up at the blue line. Nice play. Now Taves steps in. Taves shot to the net. Well wide of the glove side of Matthew Brazeau. Puck right up against the boards there. Held on to. Looking for it. Taves shot through. Pad saved by Brazeau. Kicked out the toe. Still kept in here. Cohen Taves back behind the net for Connor McPherson. McPherson, lots of space here. Puck knocked away from him. Now Habib's going to get it. Turned over. Trying to battle with the puck and get it away. Noah Nelson. And Ryan McPherson. McPherson's pass knocked away. Nelson up to the blue line. Chipped. Cucci going to be in a foot race for it. And O'Brien back there with a nice play. Dumped it back into the Strathroy zone.
Good hustle by both there, but O'Brien just won the race.
Dundas trying to chip it into the left side corner. Cotter will pick it up, come back behind the Leamington net. Now out from the left side. Tries to poke it off the boards and chase it down himself. Ran out of room, and it's going to be dumped right back in again. 30 seconds to go here in the period. Barnes on the left side. Back Laszlo. Chipped out to the blue line. Kept in by Cotter. Another chance here is finally flipped out into the neutral zone. Prudhomme, left side, dumped in. And that puck will find its way out of play. 14.4 to go in the first.
Well, when we see the shots on goal, it won't surprise me if they're pretty close at the end of this period. Well, actually, yeah, there you go. Right now it states 11-9 Strathroy. And for the shots on goal, I believe it. Unfortunately, the Flyers, the three are, they've probably had what I'd call 5 grade A chances to score, and they've scored on 3 of them. So that's the difference so far here in the game. 14.4 to go, as you said. 3-0 Flyers as we wind down the period.
The officials now having a quick conversation with the wingers. I believe it was Cotter and Dundas who knocking each other over off the draw. Couvion back behind the net. Faulkner will pick it up. 5 seconds to go. He'll get to his own blue line to center, and he will run out of time as the long shot on Polidori will register one final shot on goal in the period for Strathroy. But they will go to the locker rooms down by 3 after the first 20 minutes of play.
Well, they had some offensive zone time, even a couple of half-decent chances to score, but as I said, a couple of pucks rolling off of sticks. Pass that was just a bit too hard. And they couldn't capitalize on anything that they had that was close, and that's the difference in the first period because the Flyers, as I said, buried 3 of the chances they did have, and that's the difference, and it's a big difference here after 1 period already.
And the Flyers showing why they are one of the top scoring teams in the league. 3 goals here in the opening period of play. It was Darby Lemieux getting them started, 4:29 into the first period. Wyatt O'Neill about 10 minutes later, putting them up 2-0, and then the most recent one from Grudner at the 18:07 mark to make this a 3-0 Leamington lead after 1 period of play. We're going to go to break. Rockets Radio will come back for period number 2 as the Flyers have a 3-0 lead over the Rockets. The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting, and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! That's to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, we welcome you back here to Strathroy Rockets hockey here on the Rockets YouTube page as we get you set for period number 2 from the Nature Fresh Farms Recreation Center in Leamington, Ontario. I promised Spencer Seymour from St. Mary's that I would say the arena name at least once on the broadcast tonight.
It's a mouthful, to be sure.
A lot as the Rockets find themselves down by a score of 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. They actually outshot the Leamington Flyers by a total of 11-10 in that opening period, but the Flyers able to get themselves space in the offensive zone, able to get themselves good scoring opportunities, and 3 times in that opening period able to find the back of the net past Matthew Brazeau.
Yeah, just taking advantage of the grade A opportunities that they were afforded, and actually there were a couple others, like Gavin Grunner could have had himself a hat trick in the first period. They're lucky he only got one, to be honest. And I can't say on the 10 shots that Brazeau is having a rough night necessarily. It's just they've got shooters that can just wrist the puck past good goaltenders in this league. And you know what? Good teams take advantage of the chances to score, and they did that, and the Rockets didn't.
Certainly not on the fault of Brazeau. Wasn't any bad positioning or anything like that. As you mentioned, just some good shots to beat them. And it's a 3-0 Leamington lead. Goals by Lemieux, O'Neill, and Grudner to give the Flyers that 3-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. One other game going on in the Western Conference tonight. The Chatham Maroons are in Sarnia to take on the Sarnia Legionnaires. 2-1 after the first period over in Sarnia. Chatham outshooting the opposition 21-4 in that opening period. Colin Whaley and Cameron Simons with the goals for Chatham in period number 1.
You and I were talking a little bit about the playoff race before we came on the air tonight. And the one thing that I did look at today, 5 teams in the Western Conference have clinched playoff spots. And Kamoka, the current sixth seed in the Western Conference, can clinch a spot without playing. If Sarnia doesn't take 2 points from Chatham tonight, Kamoka will clinch the 6th playoff spot to be clinched in the Western Conference.
The Rockets still, of course, a little bit away from clinching a playoff spot, at least mathematically, but any night that the Legionnaires aren't able to get themselves 2 points, aren't able to get themselves a win, is essentially another 2 points closer for Strathroy to clinching the playoff spot in these 2022 playoffs. Of course, a win would go a long way for them here in this hockey game, but they've got themselves an uphill battle as they'll get ready and set to come out here for period number 2. They played well in that opening period. I really can't find too many points in that first period where I didn't like the Rockets' play. There were some turnovers, but those aren't what led to the goals. And aside from that, I think it's just getting used to playing back on this big ice. There's only 2 teams in the league that play on the Olympic-size ice, and I really do believe that it is a transition here for the Rockets coming to a rink like this.
I mean, the 2 best teams in the conference do have Olympic-size ice. Their home records are always good. And you're right. I mean, it takes a little time, and they haven't played here in 4 months. And when you're used to playing on a much smaller rink, playing at the West Middlesex, it's a barn, like an old-timey barn in terms of the size. But it wasn't cases in this time. Like, offensively, they spent some good time. They had some half-decent chances, couldn't capitalize on any. In the defensive zone, you don't have to give up much for a team like the Flyers to be able to bury. And, poor Owen Kindry, he kind of got danced at the blue line and for the 1 goal. But beyond that, no, it's not that they played poorly. Better players scored goals that the Rockets have yet to be able to score tonight.
Both teams back out and ready at center ice as we get set for the puck drop for period number 2. Flyers out in front 3-0 here as we're underway back inside the Strathroy zone off the draw. Haul to Habib. He'll get it off the boards and out, but He'll dump it right back in the Strathroy zone here as Hall tries to settle it down. Habib again, long lead pass onto the stick of Perry. Perry into the offensive zone. Almost knocked away from him by O'Neill. Perry now carries it out to the slot. Hall on the right side. Gets a move, puts it down into the corner. Martineau. Far right side, Elliston looking for a pass to the middle. Hall now at the point, trying to settle down the puck. Gets it to the slot. Elliston looking back to Belaz. He couldn't get the shot off, and jumping on it to cover up is Polidori. Just 36 seconds into this second period.
Sometimes on plays like that, I wish they'd just shoot the puck. That extra pass can often, cost you a chance. Not that he was in a position to get a lot, maybe toward the net, but shots on goal are never the worst play. And the backhand pass didn't materialize any sort of chance.
Right off the draw, Cohen Tace trying to poke that one past the defender in Barnes. Now back behind that Hogarth, pinned up against the wall. Puck taken away by Ryan McPherson. Now up to the middle of the ice. Barnes to center, dumps it in. Glove down by O'Brien. Quick pass up, and now the Flyers bring it inside the Strathroy zone. At the blue line. Now into the corner. Grudner, he'll spin, gets it on his forehand, looks for an option, up to the blue line, kept in. Far left side, O'Brien. Now O'Brien hands it back. Taves poked away off his stick. Hewitt trying to bring it up ice, and now the return pass to him from Kane Johnson, just out of his reach into the corner. McPherson now passes it off to his brother Ryan. Now return pass, Grudner. Here come the Flyers inside the Strathroy zone. Poke back, Connor McPherson, left side looking for a shot to the net. That one stopped by Brazeau. Now in the far corner. Barnes going to pin his man up against the wall. Grudner now up to the point. Cross that blue line. Clark will dump it back down low here. Flyers working well around the perimeter here inside the Strathroy zone. Ryan McPherson now takes it away from his brother. Looking to try and cycle it back down. No, he's pinned up against the wall, right up against the glass. Another chance here. Prudhomme looking shot. That one tipped over top of the net. Off the glass, looking out front. Brazeau going to watch this one go right through the blue paint, and it's cleared back out to center and inside the Leamington zone. Quick long pass, and now turning it back over. It was almost a short 2-on-0 chance there for the Flyers as they work their way back in off the change. Now another one, looking for a shot to the net. Bouncing around, another chance, fires it towards the goal. That one stopped by Brazeau again as it goes off into the corner. Picked up by Piccolo. Inside the Strathroy zone, pinching in from the blue line. Couldn't hold on to it. Coming in now as the Rockets work their way. Cucci looking for a shot through. It's going to go well wide into the corner. Capped in by Kendry. Piercy taken down on a nice hit to separate him from the puck as it's flipped up to the neutral zone. Knocked down by Kendry again, and then will find its way into the penalty bench and out of play. 17-19 to go here in the second.
Faceoff's going to be just outside the Leamington zone. On the far side of the ice by the penalty boxes here. Faulkner, Dundas, and Gallant come over the boards for the Rockets. Forward line with Kendry and Ty Johnson on defense for this shift.
Face-off is on the far side of the ice in the neutral zone. One back by the Flyers. Quick dump in, and that one will go as an icing. Is not quite to center there. We'll bring the face-off back to the Leamington zone.
No change required. They would have been allowed to change because of where the shot happened, but there was a fresh line on the ice, and that took 3 seconds to materialize.
Polidori looks off to his right for the draw. One off into the corner. Gallant trying to chase it down. Hooked a little bit on the play. He'll come over to the left side, chasing it down, looking for a nice pass. McCracken up to Cotter. Now Cotter dancing in across the blue line. Down low, looks to the net there. That one knocked away, picking it up right on his stick. Faulkner, now the return pass, knocked away from him. Faulkner, a couple of nice moves, comes across the logo at center. Over to Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson had that one knocked away from him. Now McCracken will try to chase it down. Kendry gets back there on a nice play. Martineau dancing in, right out front. A lone chance. Owen Brazeau gets across to make the save. And now a scrum ensues behind him in the blue paint.
'97 for the Flyers. Duresh?
Is he the one that's in there? It looks like Dundas for Strathroy.
He's the one who had the chance on goal. He was all alone in front of the net. The pass came right to him. He laid Brazeau down, but he couldn't get the puck past him. And I'm not quite sure how the rest of this started.
It looks like Connor McCracken going to the box for Leamington.
Dundas coming to the bench here for the Rockets. I don't know if he's looking at his hand.
He's got a cut there, it looks like.
Yeah, he's bleeding.
Although as we get a glimpse as he comes to the room with trainer Mike Brooks, it doesn't look like a lot of blood.
Well, I mean, he doesn't seem to be too bothered by it. He's cut, yes, and probably more annoyed than anything. But they didn't leave the bench area. Mike's working on him right there in the cutway next to the bench. Gallant's going to the penalty box. I don't know if that's for something he did or in the stead of Dundas. Yep, number 6 on the board. There it is.
So Dundas, the lone penalty up on the board, and it looks like Leamington is going to get a power play out of this.
Well, he must have got 4 because there is a flyer in the penalty box. I'm not sure if that's 16 Connor McCracken or 18 Jack Cotter, but one of them sitting in the Leamington penalty box. But you're right, the Flyers are on the power play here, 5-on-4.
So Leamington now to the power play, up 3-0 early here in the second period. Up to the point, working around the perimeter. O'Brien now trying to settle it down. McPherson trying to shovel it to his brother down low, knocked off his stick. Poked up to the line, but not out by Nelson. Turned over. Now Chance coming to the side of the net. Backhand on goal, and Brazeau gloves it down to make the save.
Nice job by Brazeau there. Wasn't a hard shot, but backhands are always tricky for goaltenders because they never quite know which direction they're going to go. But a nice save there, killing the penalty here, and 4 fresh troops come in for the Rockets to kill this penalty.
Quick 24 seconds on the penalty kill for that unit for Strathroy. Gudner now at the blue line, walks his way in, top of the circle, shot to the net. That one stopped by Brazeau, cleared up and capped in. O'Brien now with it, looks over to Gudner. Far side of the ice, looking, shot to the net. That one's going to miss. Bounce off the end boards and be picked up by Ryan McPherson. Looking, one-time shot to the goal. That one stopped Brazeau. Another chance out front, buried on. And Brazeau, another big save here to keep this game at just the 3-0.
Just looking at the game sheet here, it appears that the initial penalty was to Dundas for roughing, and then Dundas got another pair after the whistle along with Connor McCracken. And that's why the Rockets are short. Big saves here by Brazeau, trying to keep this game as close as he can while killing this penalty.
Now 1:10 to go here on the penalty kill on the Leamington power play. It's Cohen Taves straight away center at the blue line. Shot to the goal. That one was tipped and right away cleared back up to the line where Taves knocks it down. Now Utero, one-time chance, scores! The Utero point shot tipped on its way by Darby Lemieux, and it's 4-0 Leamington.
And the Rockets pay the price for that clearing attempt, not making it out of the zone. 2 passes later, it's in the back of the net. Twice on that penalty kill, they had clearing attempts get blocked by the defense. That one ended up costing them. It's 4-0.
Once again, no chance for Matthew Brazeau as the tip sends the puck in, then back of the net over top of his left pad. As now the Flyers will dump it in off the stick of duration inside of the zone. Carrying that one. Trying to clear it out on the left side. Knocked away from him. It's Kindry in the corner on his forehand, spinning to get away from danger. Works his way out and now carries the puck up to center just out of the reach of Carson Perry. Poked away. Lassard back to Cotter. Cotter now wide on the left side. Looks to the net, stopped by Brazeau. Picked up and sent back into the corner here. Trying to spin is Ty Johnson. Cotter right on him to try and get the puck back here as they battle. Trying to hold on to it here. The Flyers still in possession inside the Strathroy zone. Up to the point, looking for a shot through traffic. That one's going to go off a stick and over to the far side of the ice. Cotter now with it. Handing it off down low. He's trying to spin and get away from danger all the way up to the blue line. Another chance coming to the goal. That one knocked away. Rockets will finally get it. They'll throw it off the boards and get it out to center. Now Perry taken away as he steals it. Here comes Perry in. Pass over. Elliston looking for a shot. Couldn't get it off in time as the puck goes off into the corner.
Best chance they've had all night, and he fanned on it.
Now Lemieux comes in, goes wide, now back behind the net. Pass out front. O'Neill scores! The pass out front, and O'Neill had nothing but time and space. 5-hole on Brazil, 5-0 Leamington.
Yeah, a little head fake. Brazil opened up, and he just slid it through. It wasn't really a shot. But a glorious opportunity at one end. Goal at the other, and we've got a goalie change.
So Chaz Nixon will make his way to the net. Brazil being pulled here after the 5th goal by Leamington. And Elvin, I don't say this very often. I don't know if he is to blame for any of those 5 goals. He was left out to dry. Dumped in now by the Rockets. They'll chase, but it'll be icing here, and the faceoff will come back to the Strathroy zone.
Nixon coming in. This is a mercy pull as much as anything else for Brazil. He has not had, I mean, you might say one. In the third one in the first period, maybe he could make a better play on it. But the rest of them, tips and bullet wrist shots, and that one O'Brien was just, he had all day to lay him to put that puck between his legs, and this is not on Brazil.
Pass from Barnes out of the reach of Laszlo. It'll be icing here against Strathroy once again. 13:36 to go here in this second period, and Leamington has opened this one wide up. 5-0, and now the former Flyer Chaz Nixon has entered the game for Strathroy.
I mean, in the Elliston chance, Perry put it right on his tape, and if he one-times that, it's in the net, and he fanned on it. That's just the way the night has the night has gone offensively.
Nelson taken into the boards there, and
no call.
No call. Chance to the net there, and Nixon will glove it down and get the whistle. Now McPherson comes in on goal.
Yeah, Nelson is having a chat now with Connor McPherson, who is the player who hit him into the boards. That never ends well, because then you end up being the one who takes the penalty. They're not going to decide 2 stoppages later to make the call.
Right off the draw, Flyers trying to pick it up. It's Grudner in the corner. 2 Rockets on him trying to dig that puck loose. Kindry tries to pin his man up against the wall. Held on to, still with it on his forehand. Finally, Kindry once again pins him up against the wall. Another chance here. Comes up to the blue line. Dundas holds. Quick pass, Gallant left side. Gallant tries to bring that one in. McKibben trying to hold it. Now Dundas looking. Gallant fires a shot to the net. A little bit of trouble with it for Polidori, but the puck bounces back out. And now coming back the other way come the Flyers. McPherson looking. Pass back out front and just out of the reach there. Might have been another one here for the Flyers. Grudner just unable to get that shot off. Off on the side of the goal, now walking out. Shot over top of Nixon there. Bounces off the glass to the blue line, and it'll be picked up and thrown back out to Lassard at center. Lassard, quick pass onto the right side. Now from the blue line, looking to the net. Knocked off the stick there. Once again, this time Dylan Dundas. Rockets battling to try and get this puck away. Just shy of 8 minutes into this second period. The Flyers have already added 2 more goals here in the second. Now back behind the net, looking out front. Couvion couldn't get a shot off. Dundas poked forward by Gallant to center ice, but that's as far as it'll get as it's picked up by O'Brien. Leaves it into the corner here with possession, looking for a pass out front. That one bounces through a couple of skates. Once again, O'Brien from the point, handing it off down low. Piccolo now up to the point. O'Brien walks across the blue line, gets himself some space. Lassard looking, shot on. That one stopped by Nixon again. Held on to, into the slot, pass out of the reach there. Gallant will chase, he'll fire it off the glass and kept in. Side of the goal now, Couvion up to the point. O'Brien, left side, shot through traffic, tipped on, and Nixon there to make the save down in the butterfly.
Yeah, he was just down covering the low part of the net there, and the tip just hit him, and he was able to hold it, no rebound. the further out of hand this game gets, the tougher it's going to get for the officials to kind of keep those post-whistle scrums to a minimum.
Now holding on to it right off the draw, it's Hewitt. Handing it off onto the left side for Johnson. Johnson now cuts through. Johnson looking for a shot on goal. That one's going to miss the glove side of the goal. Into the corner. Clark knocks it away. Prudhomme will go chase. Now there to try and poke it past. Able to get it up to Cotter. Cotter couldn't clear. Still inside of the Leamington zone here. It's the Flyers with possession. Cotter. Right side of the ice. Out to center. Dumped right back in here as the Rockets will once again try to come in on the attack. Prudhomme back to Clark. Hewitt right on him. Clark will throw that one off the boards. Gets it out and all the way back down into the Strathroy zone. Barnes will pick it up. Fans on it. Now holding on to it. Back behind the net. Running out of room there. And a nice defensive play by Habib to take the puck away. Up to the blue line. The offensive line here for Leamington. Knocked off the sticks. Hewitt will poke it forward. Clark now trying to get it right back off ice. Off the skates there of Barnes. And picked up by Cotter. Here comes Cotter through the neutral zone. Goes wide. Right side of the goal. Now cutting back behind the net. Still holding on to it here. Right hand pass out to the middle. Knocked away. Couldn't get the shot off there. Hogarth was able to poke it off his stick. Now the Flyers still in possession. Up to the blue line again. Looking for a shot through traffic. Point shot tipped into the corner. Held on to. Another chance to the goal. Nixon another save. Puck loose out front. Right on top of it as it's picked up and finally from the Strathroy end is flipped out to the neutral zone.
Wyatt O'Neill and a lot of discomfort going to the bench for the Flyers.
Long bouncing pass is going to hop over top of the stick of Belaz and go for an icing here against Strathroy just past the halfway mark of the second.
Bit of a collision there between the dot and the net on the right side of Nixon, and O'Neill ended up on the bottom of a collision, and yeah, he was kind of gliding off on one foot, calling for a replacement. I hope he's all right.
Barnes from back behind the Strathroy net. Quick pass to Belaz. Belaz over to the left side, and it's dumped in again here. Polidori's out of his net. Thought about playing it. Rimmed around the boards. Capped in. Nice play by Perry. Now McPherson poked away, and now here come the McPhersons back the other way for Leamington. It's Connor with it. Left side. Connor looking to the net. Shot on. Nixon, a nice glove save. Big rebound comes off to the left side. Now Johnson, Belaz, will poke that one out. There's Ellison poking it out, and the Flyers have it back inside their own zone. The pass out to Connor McPherson. Now Grundner takes the pass, cuts through. Grundner to the slot, looking, shot on. Nice save by Nixon. Rebound comes out again here. Just trying to throw it to the net. Taves looking, shot on. Nixon save, back behind the net. Wraparound chance coming on, and the net comes off on the play, and it's no goal.
Net was off long before the puck went in the net. Big saves there. Two glove saves. Unfortunately for Nixon in both cases, he didn't catch it. He got a glove on the two shots, but all he did was, stop the puck, which is a good thing. But no, he's been very active over the last minute or so, and Leamington's not letting up. Up 5 here in the midway through the second period.
Rockets trying to clear from their own zone. Puck almost turned over, but picked up as now Kindry has it at his own line. Kindry through the middle of the ice. Gains center, he'll dump it in. Polidori gloves that one down, and with Cucci coming in on him, we'll cover that one up and get the whistle. 8:31 to go here in the second, and the faceoff will be off to Polidori's right side.
For as even as the first period seemed, short of the grade A scoring chances for the Flyers, this one has been a lot more lopsided. The Flyers have spent a lot of time down in the Rockets zone. And the one grade A chance the Rockets did have, they were unable to get a shot on net.
On the shots on goal so far in the second period, and keep in mind we've played ourselves, about 12 minutes here?
Yeah.
It's now 27-13 the total shots for Leamington. They were outshot 11-10 in the first.
Yeah, 17-2.
Shot from an odd angle. That one's fired over top of Nixon. Picked up and now chipped forward. Cucci will pick that one up left side, just inside the Leamington zone. Taken away from him. Held on to here. Cohen saves the pass, knocked away. Now Nelson tripped up on the play coming through the middle. Piccolo will touch it up, and the officials will call that one a trip, both of them with the arms up in the air.
Yeah, both with the arm up. Easy call just inside the blue line as The Rockets forward went down.
Nielsen upended on the trip from Piccolo, and with 7:57 to go here in the second, the Rockets will head back to the power play. 0 for 1 in the game so far tonight.
Yeah, 17-2. I knew it was lopsided. That's even more lopsided than I thought it was. Shows you just how busy the goaltenders have been for the Rockets in this period.
17-2, and Nixon, since coming into the game, has probably faced at least 5 or 6 of his own.
I was going to say, yeah, he's been busy already.
Marshall to Kindry. Kindry left side looking for a shot to the net. That one poked away by Polidori and out of play over top of the glass.
Some good puck movement there in the first shift, but 18 seconds in, we're changing up the defense. At the very least, Ty Johnson coming on the ice.
Just 18 seconds off the power play so far for Strathroy.
Leading with the second unit on this power play.
Right away, cleared off the draw by the Flyers, back out to the neutral zone. Oh, puck turned over now. Trying to carry it in, spinning, getting some space. Now McPherson looking, shot on. Nixon has to make the nice save. Keeps the puck alive here for Strathroy, just inside of their own zone. Now turned over again, dumped back inside the Rockets zone, picked up by Hogarth. He's going to leave it for Kindry.
Connor McPherson was just working harder at that than the Rockets defense and ended up with a glorious chance to score.
Puck picked up and once again dumped down the ice. Nixon's going to come well out of his net to play it here. Leaves it onto the opposite side. Grundner with it now. Back behind the net for Grundner. Looking for options. Up to the blue line. Knocked away. In there to pick it up. Piercy. Here comes Piercy into the offensive zone. Tries to split the D. Runs out of real estate. Picked up from behind the net and then sent down the length of the ice. Right on goal for Chaz Nixon, who has no chance but to cover up the two closest players, both Flyers.
Yeah, unfortunately the Rockets were in the middle of a change there. The puck got iced and there was nobody back. And as we see here, the Flyers use their top players as penalty killers. The McPherson brothers. You've got Grundner out there. Here comes McCracken. Utero's on the ice. They are a threat to score, even shorthanded.
Off the draw here, Strathroy in possession, setting up from back behind the net. Quick pass, and it's Perry bringing it through center ice. Perry now to Nelson. Nelson goes wide, fires it off the end boards, trying to pick that one up. Barnes gets himself some space. Alliston to Perry. Perry looking side of the net, looking out front. Can't get the shot. Nilsson, that one stoppable. Has another chance, fired it wide. Perry still in the corner, trying to chase it down on McKibben, but McKibben will send that one down the length of the ice with 10 seconds to go. That'll just about do it for the Strathroy power play.
Yeah, and the Flyers, almost too many men.
Barnes now out front of his net. Chipped it up, left it, now turned over. Lassard with it, holding on to it. Poked off his stick, and now a nice play, chipping it forward. Nelson going to chase it down, coming in across the blue line, wins the battle. Nelson looking, shot off the bar, stays out as the puck bounces off into the corner.
Nice shot by Nelson.
Another glorious chance there, but the Rockets finally beating Polidori, couldn't beat the net. Dumped in now, this one will find its way on to Polidori, and he'll cover up and get the whistle with 5:27 to go here in the period.
Tried to go short side high, which was the stick side, and it went up over the shoulder of Polidori, and you could hear the ring throughout the rink. Off the goal post, up near the crossbar.
For Strathroy, down by 5, being outshot heavily in the period. Their best chance doesn't get them a shot on goal.
Doesn't even count, yeah, as a shot on goal.
It's O'Brien taking the pass from Taves, works his way out of the Leamington zone from the right side, now into the offensive zone. Cutting, looking, shot on, and Nixon, another save there with the glove.
Well, Nixon has looked good since he came in. And he's been busy. He didn't have to wait long to get warm.
Face off one back to the blue line, kept in by Prudhomme, back behind the net now. Players bouncing off one another, coming out on the left side. Rockets will bring it out to center, and it's quickly dumped right back in here by the Flyers. Now Hall Gets away from danger with the puck, looking for the pass, and that one's going to be out of the reach of everyone, but find its way right on goal for Polidori, and he's going to have to cover up with the Rockets coming in on him. Face-off will be off to his right. 4:53 to go in the period.
And that's why the goaltenders usually go down, paddle down when the puck's coming. That's icing if it misses the net. But it angled itself off the boards, ended up as a, well, I don't know if it's a shot on goal, but he ended up covering it.
Looking for a chance out front. O'Neill will pick it up here for the Flyers from their own zone. Throws it out to the neutral zone where it's knocked down with a high stick and touched up by the Rockets. That'll allow us to play on here. Rockets trying to work their way up through the neutral zone. It's Hewitt. Over to Barnes. He'll dump it in around the boards. Now into the corner for Hogarth. Hogarth to Kane Johnson. Hops over top of his stick back behind the net. Now Clark with it. Trying to get it over to Lemieux. Lemieux now carrying it right side. Knocked off the stick. Prudhomme couldn't hold on to it here. The Rockets will get the puck back. Now Hogarth coming in, running out of room. Fires a shot. That one well wide as he wound up with the slapper and put it over top of the net. Now with it there. Side of the goal. Hewitt looking. Hewitt fires one over top of the short side, off the boards, and all the way back out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, he tried to go top side, short side there, and just threw it over the net.
Flyers quickly trying to transition up ice. Now looking for a shot to the net, and Nixon sees that one easily, makes the glove save, and gets a whistle.
I'd like to say that he's keeping them in the game as well as he's played in this period. Unfortunately, by the time he came in, they were down 5. So, at the very least, he's keeping the score looking half decently respectable.
Picked up here into the corner off the face-off. A couple of Flyers trying to get the puck away and keep it inside the offensive zone, and it's cleared back out to center. Pass over, it's Martineau on the left side. He'll bring it up through the neutral zone to center, and he dumps it in off a stick. To the point, shot on. Nixon, another glove save, and he'll cover that one up and get the whistle. 2 goals in the game each for Lemieux and O'Neill. Grudner adding one. It's a 5-0 Leamington lead here with 3:19 to go in the second period. Rockets trying to stay in this game. Around the boards, onto the far right side. Quick pass, Piercy cutting forward. Piercy looking for a shot to the net. That one goes off the skates of McKibben. Now another one fired on from the corner. That one's over top of the net. Picking it up, Cucci knocked off his stick. Once again down low, Piercy trying to hold on to it. Cucci up to the blue line. Cycled down low for Nelson. Nelson, pass, out front. A beam shot on. That one missed. Piercy looking back out front of it. Scram out front as a Nelson shot goes just wide. And the Rockets getting their chances here, but they can't find the back of the net as Martineau brings it up through center. Martineau and the Flyers are offside at the blue line.
I'm not sure that he was more than 5 feet from the blue ice, and he somehow found a way to put the shot wide of the goal. And that has been the difference. A chunk of the difference in a 5-0 deficit here for the Rockets, as their grade A scoring chances have not ended up in the net, and the ones the Flyers have had have.
We look at the Rockets' chances throughout the game here as we wind down the clock in period number 2. Some of their best chances, they haven't been able to get a shot off, either fanning on the pass or firing it wide of the net. Coming through center now. Elliston looking, shot to the goal. That one stopped by Polidori. Big rebound comes out. Perry now cutting through. Shot on. Polidori, another save. O'Brien kicks it in the net. And that is the bounce that will end the shutout for Polidori.
Oh my goodness. You can see O'Brien look skyward. Great chance for Perry, and it was a nice stop by Polidori. It almost snuck between the arm and the body, but it laid there. And when O'Brien, I think he just tried to kick it up to his stick, and he missed with the stick, and it just slid slowly into the net, and it is now 5-1. Little CeeLo Green on the PA system there for the Rockets goal.
O'Brien will gain center and dump it in here for the Flyers. Just over 2 minutes to go in the second period. Rockets have broke the goose egg, now trail by 4. Chipped out and off the glass, up to the line. Kept in somehow, a nice play as he works it into the net now. Still holding on to it. Backhander couldn't get it off. Finally cleared off the glass and out. Back into the Leamington zone. Is there to chase it down is O'Brien. Quick pass up to Lessard. Lessard couldn't handle it. It's past Hull, and it'll be an icing against the Flyers.
Well, the captain gets the goal for the Rockets here, an unassisted marker. Unassisted because it was an own goal by the Leamington captain.
Perry, the last one to touch it on the shot that was stopped by Polidori. Face off, one up to the line. Barnes couldn't hold it in, has to hand the pass off to Laszlo. Far side of the ice, he's now going to dump it in. O'Brien will pick it up. Quick pass through the legs of Taves. Far side of the ice, and now dumped down the ice. Small collision right out front of us down at ice level. Fresh set of legs out here for the Flyers. Almost forcing another turnover there. Tried to cut to the net, couldn't hold on to it. It's Laszlo with it at his own line. Pass far right side of the ice. Nobody there to pick it up for Strathroy. And Dundas able to get his stick in the lane of that one on Prudhomme. Held on to here. Tons of time for Lemieux. Quick pass up. Utero bounces off his stick, picks it up. Now cuts in, back behind the net. Looks out front for Lemieux. Now kicked on goal. Another chance. Nixon with the save there. And he'll cover up and make a nice save there to keep this a 4-goal deficit. 50.4 to go in the period.
He's been busy, but he has been sharp. Yeah, Dundas took a shot toward the goal. It hit Nelson, ended up coming out of the zone, and for Dundas's troubles, he got buried here along the boards in front of us, as the fact that they've got a big lead doesn't stop the Flyers from keeping up the physical play.
Face off, one off into the corner. Johnson will pick it up here for Strathroy. Nice quick pass, left side. Hogarth and across the line, shot on. Polidori, a nice glove save, but a big rebound bounces out, and now here come the Flyers the other way. Little 2-on-1 chance. Cutting to the net, shot on. Nixon, nice save there, and they'll cover up once again here as this will draw a crowd out front of the Rockets goaltender.
Yeah, Ty Johnson involved here.
Johnson was between them, and now looked like they were trying to get away from the linesman there. They were unable to. Johnson was between him and the goaltender, Nixon, but I think it was a little snow shower that drew the reaction from
Darby Lemieux.
Ty Johnson there. 29.8 to go here in the period, and we got a crowd off to the left side of the Rockets net.
Lemieux being guided to the penalty box by the linesman. I'm not sure if that's all that's going to happen here or not. Ty Johnson in the exchange did drop his stick on the ice. I almost felt like he did it to try and get a better view, or a better grip, I'm sorry. But no, it looks like, Lemieux is getting the only penalty. So 29.8 to go. The Rockets will finish the second period on the power play, and if they don't score, we'll have a full minute and a half to start the third.
Face off to the right side of Polidori here. 29.8 to go in the period. Right away cleared, but kept in at the blue line by Barnes. Barnes looks down low. Running out of space there. Barnes, right side. Knocked away from him. McKibben, a nice play. Martineau sends it down the length of the ice. Nixon out of his net to play it here. Just a dozen seconds to go in the second frame. Quick pass over, and they'll just skate it back behind the Strathroy net here as the horn will go. Time will expire in period number 2. But the Flyers add on to their lead here. The Rockets get a nice bounce to break the goose egg, but it's a 5-1 Leamington lead after 2 periods of play.
Well, the Rockets did finally get a break after several plays that didn't go their way. But by the time they got that bounce, they were down by 5. So long way to go in the third period. And probably going to try and just do their best to have a good third period to make the ride home a little bit more, less unenjoyable.
Darby Lemieux and Wyatt O'Neill with their second goals of the game for Leamington here in period number 2 within the first 6:05 of the period. Gave the Flyers a 5-0 lead. A goaltending change kind of settled things down, at least for now, as the Rockets went the rest of the period, the next 14 minutes, without giving up a goal. They even got one of their own, and they are back within 4 here as we have a period to play from Leamington. Another high-scoring game going on in Sarnia. It's an 8-5 Chatham lead over the Sarnia Legionnaires after 2 periods of play over at the Sarnia Arena. Brantford and Ayr tied at 1 with 11:18 to go in the second. That is the out-of-town scoreboard here. We'll go ahead and we'll take the break. Third period coming up here from Leamington. You're listening to Strathroy Rockets Hockey. The following live broadcast of Strathroy Rockets Hockey is made possible thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy's Legendary Pizza, located at 10 Metcalf Street West in Strathroy. Commonwealth Financial, located at 370 Albert Street in Strathroy and online at commonwealthfinancial.ca. Carpet One Floor and Home, located at 325 Caradoc Street South in Strathroy. All Season Concrete, located just outside Strathroy, and visit them online at allseasonconcrete.ca. MNP Accounting, Consulting and Tax Services, located at 6 Front Street in downtown Strathroy. And by Middlesex Chiropractic. Visit them at 117 Thomas Street in Strathroy. The following is a live presentation of Strathroy Rockets hockey. Aspro's in alone. Daniel Aspro, breakaway, scores! That's to the net here, still has it. Over to the side, center, scores! Well, we welcome you back here to Leamington, Ontario, inside the Nature Fresh Farms Recreation Center as we get you set for period number 3. The Flyers out in front to a 5-1 lead here over the Strathroy Rockets. They went up 5-0 early in that second period, but a goaltending change and a Rockets bounce later. It is just a 4-goal deficit, but still a huge uphill climb here for Strathroy, who will start held in the third period with 1 minute and 31 seconds of power play time.
Yes, they will. Darby Lemieux in the penalty box late in the second period. So $1:31 here to go on this power play. Will give them hopefully a good start. As I was saying in the second period, the Flyers do play their top offensive players killing penalties. And they really are dangerous while on the penalty kill as well. So while the game currently sits at 5-1, I would bet money that it's not going to finish 5-1.
No, you wouldn't think the way this game has gone that there aren't going to be any goals here in the third period. You just wait and see what side they're on and how many will be scored. The shots on goal after 2 periods of play favor the Flyers 34-21. The Rockets held that lead after 1 period of play 11-10. And in that second period, they really got outshot. And I would say the bulk of those shots held in within the first 5 or 6 minutes when they scored those 2 goals.
When you give up 24 shots in a period, Leamington scored 3 on 10 in the first. They only got 2 on 24 in the second period. And Chaz Nixon has come in and really shut the door after the 5th goal. And as I said, that was a mercy pull for Matthew Brazeau. Absolutely. Not his fault that we're down here 5-0, and Nixon has come in and played very well, and we'll see how this goes. You know what? A goal on the power play early here in the third period might push them forward a little bit more. I don't know that I'm, confident in a comeback for a win here, but a good third period will make a nice bus ride home.
Absolutely, and that's what they'll be looking to do here as we get set for period number 3 from Leamington. The goal scorer for Strathroy, Carson Perry, got credit with it. It was a shot on goal stopped by Polidori that bounced back out front and then was kicked in to his own net by the captain O'Neill. And that is the Rockets' lone goal of the game. Over in Sarnia, the out-of-town scoreboard, an absolute barn burner. 8-5, Chatham leads after 2 periods of play. And we were looking at it in the intermission there, Alden. Sarnia's got 5 goals on 11 shots on goal. Talk about efficiency.
Oh, that's one word for it if you're on Sarnia's side. If you're Chatham's side, it's like, hey, can we get a save?
5 goals on 11 shots for Sarnia, but trailing by 3 as they get set for period number 3. Over at the Sarnia Arena, Aaron Brantford still tied at 1, 4 minutes to go in the second period. And here in Leamington, a 5-1 Flyers lead over the Rockets as the teams make their way back out to the ice and will get set for the third period. As mentioned, the Rockets will start on the power play. With that big power play unit out there to start things, Darby Lemieux in the box for Leamington makes his way back to his seat for the next minute 31 or less.
Just looking at the stats here after Nixon came in, he is 14 saves. 14 for 14 is Chaz Nixon since replacing Matthew Brazeau, who made 15 saves on 20 shots.
And for those of you keeping track at home, that's about a save a minute for Nixon in that second period.
Yeah,
14 saves on about 14 minutes of time.
Yep, actually, 6:05 mark of that period. He came in. When you're giving up a shot a minute, you're not destined for good results, to be sure.
So we are set and ready for the third period here from Leamington. The Rockets, as mentioned, will start on the power play. Big line out there with Elliston on the back end. Charlie Barnes out there as the lone defender. Pass over to Elliston, left side. He'll take it back inside the Rockets zone. And now they'll get set and ready to come up ice. Nelson to the middle. Perry picked up Balaz just inside the blue line here. We'll try to set things up here on the power play for Strathroy. Nelson in the corner, taking off the puck. Held onto by Barnes. Now back behind the net. Belaz with it. Looks over to Perry on the opposite side of the ice. Up to the point for Elliston again. Perimeter. Now Perry looking out front. This one knocked away. Comes to the opposite side of the goal. Chance on. And Perry, it stays out. Oh, what a chance there for the Rockets as it's cleared back out to center.
He didn't get much on it, unfortunately. But a nice toe save nonetheless by Polidori.
Perry now to the corner. Hands it off to Michael Elliston. Passes around the defender up to Barnes. Barnes back to Belaz on the right side. Holds back behind the net. Still holds. Looks. Hands it over to Nelson. Nelson to Barnes. 26 seconds to go here in the man advantage, and it's going to be picked up and out to center. As good penalty kill there by the Flyers. 15 seconds to go. Stepping inside the zone, and they're offside on the play. No, pardon me, the net's off behind Polidori.
Yeah, I was wondering what was happening there. It was the referee with his arms in the air.
I don't know if Polidori was trying to flag anyone down, but the puck was out of the zone for a good amount of time.
It was. Could have been one of those when the puck leaves the zone they don't blow it down, but when the other team does come back is when they'll blow the whistle. That's pretty common. And the face-off due to this will be to the left of Polidori, deep in the Flyers zone with 15 seconds remaining in the penalty to Lemieux.
One up to the point. Hall will take it into the corner. Quickly taken away from him, thrown around the boards and back out to center. Kindry knocks it down, and he'll dump it into the corner, but that'll do it for the Strathroy power play. As with time expiring, Lemieux will be back out onto the ice. And right out of the box, tries to pick the puck up, knocked away from him. O'Neill will bring it back inside the Leamington zone. Looking for it. Dumped in by McKibben. Off onto the side there. Held on to Lemieux. Right out of the box there. Trying to get right into the action. O'Neill back behind the net. Knocked away from him. Here comes Kindry. Kindry thrown into the wall there. Quickly able to get the pass back to Hall on the right side. His pass intercepted. Now cutting to the net there. Couldn't get the shot off. Lemieux had it bounce off the tape of his stick. Hall with it in the corner now. Bounces it off the boards, back behind the net over to Owen Kindry. Kindry will take his time, bring it right up through the middle as the Flyers retreat. He'll get it to center, and he'll dump it in off the glass as the Rockets will finish up a line change. Clark going to spin back inside the Leamington zone. Long pass in the air. McPherson able to get his stick on it to negate the icing. Now chasing down inside the Strathroy zone. Pass through the middle. Knocked away by Faulkner. Flyers back in possession. Chasing inside the zone. Prudhomme bounces off the boards back behind the net. Now up through center. Going to be a foot race forward. McPherson cuts in. McPherson shot over top of the net. Now sits on the back of the net. They're trying to get the puck loose. Another chance. Nixon with the pad save. Rebound. McPherson fires it over top of the net. As the Rockets look to clear here, it's going to be fired out, kept in at the blue line. Shot to the net, and Nixon, without his stick, scoops it off the ice to make the save.
During that last exchange, he did drop his stick, and Connor McPherson was so close, in tight to Nixon, that when he tried to go up, he didn't have any space to get it into the net, so all he could do was airmail it. But Nixon still pistol hot here in the third period, save after save for the Rockets.
Carried in now to the corner. Picked up, near corner, up to the point. Shot by Taves, and it'll go off his stick and out of play. And we'll see where they keep the face off.
Have to get a new puck.
Found its way between the netting and the glass, out of play.
Yeah, see somebody down there by the goal judge was able to get themselves a souvenir. Still blown away by what I heard there in Chatham about how the Maroons only have 50 pucks for 24 home games.
Something you would not, I imagine, get away with here in Leamington.
No,
one of
it
the
doesn't
few
go
rinks,
all the
if
way.
any, where the netting doesn't go all the way around the ice. Chance off the draw, shot on by Couvion, stopped by Nixon.
Couvion didn't get very much on that at all. I think he healed it, and it bounced its way in. But yeah, you'd lose a lot more pucks here in the crowd on the length side of the rinks.
Off the draw, Taves comes in from the point to the corner here for Leamington. Picked up, looks for a pass out front. Piccolo couldn't get a shot off. Bouncing puck, still kept in. It's Lessard with it. Lessard looking, shot on. Nixon makes the save, doesn't know where it is. Puck comes out to the corner where it's picked up and cleared out of the Strathroy zone. Oh, a big hit there at center ice, knocking his man down, and now there's a little scrap going right out front of the linesman on the far side of the ice. Here comes Taves into the offensive zone. Shot, fired it off the post. Beat Nixon, but couldn't beat the iron.
He shot that. That was a nice hard shot. It moved the net when it hit the goalpost. The net rocked.
Oh, and now a foot race for it. Piccolo in on Piercy. Piercy just going to run him into the corner. Lessard back behind the net, pokes it out front. Nobody there to pick it up. And the Rockets will hold on to it, get it out to center. Far side of the ice. Piercy gains center, and he'll jump it in, but a big hit by McKibben dishes him down to the ice.
Piercy pops right back up. Goes to the bench.
Coming inside of the Strathroy zone, and that one was knocked away. Here comes Perry. Crosses the blue line. Perry stick handles, drops it to Hall. Hall back down low for Perry. Defender right on him there. Looks, gets it out front. Held on to Hogarth. Hogarth now looking for a pass. Couldn't find it up to the point. Leaves it in the corner. And the Flyers get the puck right back. Cotter takes a hit, but he gets the pass off opposite side of the ice. Now looking down the ice. McCracken, he'll dump it in. Back behind the net of Nixon.
Physicality picking up here more in the third period.
Every single player on the ice finishing the check. As Faulkner gets the pass back to Kendry, and didn't take a big hit, but he makes his way slowly to the Rockets bench.
Something uncomfortable there as Faulkner goes to the bench.
Play call now. Quick pass through the neutral zone. Flyers get it right back. Now coming in. Looking. O'Neill shot. That one's going to miss. Bounce all the way back out to the blue line. Hewitt will bring it back to the Strathroy zone. Rim it around the boards. Gallant trying to poke that one past. Now Kendry in the corner. Turned over. It's O'Neill with it. Looking for a pass to the middle. Knocked away. And now Gallant will hand it off to Hewitt. Hewitt gains center. Now gains the blue line. Cuts to the middle. Fans on the shot. Turned over. And now here comes Uterall on the far left side of the ice, looking for a pass to the middle. Knocked off his stick, now gets it back. Another chance there for Uterall. Pass over the left side, knocked away. Up to the blue line, shot to the goal. Nixon, another blocker save, keeps the puck out. Lemieux able to intercept the pass. Habib's clearing attempt, up to the blue line, capped in. Nice play by Taves. Now Lemieux, pinned up against the wall by Johnson. Habib into the corner. Two Flyers battling to get the puck loose. Habib pinning his man against the wall. Official right there. Now the puck does come loose. It's Lemieux. Taken away by Hewitt out to center and quickly dumped right back in, but hits Lemieux on its way. And it'll be an offside against Leamington. 13:34 to go here in the third.
Last thing the referee wanted to do down there in the corner was blow the whistle. Anything they can do to keep the clock running, they will do. But then just a few seconds later, it's offside. Referee Hamlin getting some direction from Ferreira that the whistle. Oh, no, face-off's down there, bud. Got to move.
Chipped up to center ice, carrying that one in. Connor McPherson knocked off his stick. Faulkner will throw it off the glass before the Rockets bench and get it back into the Leamington zone. Fanning on it there. Connor McPherson now. They try to turn on the Jets before it's knocked off his stick. Cucci trying to get it back for Strathroy. Bouncing puck knocked away again here. Everyone running around inside the Leamington zone. Poked back. Now gaining speed. Grudner comes into the zone. Looks for a shot to the net. Nixon knocks that one away. McPherson back behind the net again. It's Connor leaving it. Grudner comes out front. Stopped again. Big rebound comes out now up to the point for McKibben. Hands it off onto the left side. Poked away. Barnes with it. Backhand pass, gets it up to Dundas. Dundas chips it. Faulkner in across the blue line, but the Rockets are offside on the play. And a little bit of a late shot there from Faulkner as the whistle blew.
Yeah, McKibben letting him know. Faulkner and McKibben now kind of going back and forth here as the linesman guides Faulkner back. The benches here are so close together. There's a piece of glass that separates the two, but you can reach around the glass. They are so close that the guys at each end can touch each other. I can see that for making for some interesting exchanges.
Coming through center ice with it on his stick across the logo. A couple of nice moves to get around the Rockets. Now wide, looking to the net there, and the net will come off as Kindry lost an edge right out front of the blue plate, went into Nixon and knocked the net off its moorings.
Yeah, the faceoff's going to come outside. They're going to rule correctly here that the Leamington forward pushed the Rocket into Nixon, therefore knocking the net off.
Face-off out front of the Strathroy bench in the neutral zone.
You know what's really funny about watching two guys like Piercy here and Cuvion joust behind the linesman? One stick over the other. No, I want mine on top. No, I want mine over yours. I've never seen anything in hockey that bothers players more than having their stick under the stick of another guy at the face-off.
Dumped in by Hull. Here's the Rockets enter inside of the Leamington zone. Into the corner now. Throwing a hit, but getting the puck back. Piercy running into the official, but able to get the puck loose. Now down low with it. Trying to get that one away. Cross check on the play right in front of the official, and that one doesn't draw a penalty. Up to the blue line. Kept in by Hull. Hull looking off to Balaz on the left side. Balaz bouncing right off him there as he was the target of the hit and didn't take the brunt of the damage.
I think we've gotten to the no blood, no foul portion of the game.
That one sent down the ice. It'll be an icing against Leamington. And now Balaz, a quick conversation here with Gabe Piccolo right out front of the Strathroy bench.
Piccolo followed him all the way to the Rockets bench. And now all 5 Flyers are interested. And they're all standing, all 10 skaters within about 10 feet of the Rockets bench. The extra long the referee now kind of giving the palms up, like, hey guys, what are we doing here? Ferreira is looking, I think, are we done? Are we good?
All the officials and all the drama going down right in front of the benches.
We have 11:46 to play here, guys. It's enough of the shenanigans. I'm paraphrasing, I'm sure.
Save and put aside a few words left out of that, I'm sure.
Oh, I have no doubt.
11:46 to go here in the third.
And they've got the circus music playing, so that fits.
Is this a chicken dance song?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, the chicken dance.
I was going to call it circus music, and then I thought, no. There's a dance that goes along with this, but it is fitting to what is going on the ice right now. Cleared off the glass and out here. The Flyers will chase it down. Icing waved off inside the Strathroy zone. Physicality you can imagine here for this next 11 and a half minutes will be the highest it's been in the game so far. Perry brings it out front of the Strathroy net, up the middle to Hogarth, left side. Hogarth gets that one past the race and dumps it inside the Leamington zone. Quickly fired right back out to the neutral zone. Johnson now quickly up to Perry. Perry chips that one past as he takes a hit and stares down his man as the hit came from behind him in there. Trying to enter the zone. Back behind the net. Martineau will pick it up. Martineau off the boards, unable to get it out. Shot fired to the net there. Camped in now. Barnes at the line, couldn't hold on to it. Perry evades danger. Penalty on the play here.
Yeah,
it's going to be a cross check.
Yeah, he's got Martineau for the cross check, I think. But now McCracken. Yeah, I think we're going to need some more penalties here.
Unfortunately, you see this time and time again.
McCracken is hot.
McCracken.
He's being spun around by both linesmen. He is trying really hard to get at Caden Hogarth.
Was trying throughout that shift to get at anyone he could. And Martineau will go to the box here for a cross check. And unfortunately, when games get to this stage, Eldon, 5-1 here with 10:48 to go in the third.
I thought
the only way to really get out of it is actually to hand out penalties.
Oh, I mean, and these guys, these are veteran officials. This is the second time in 2 weeks we've seen Hamlin. And, these guys know what they're doing. But, if you let just a little too much go, I did not officiate to this level, but the one thing that I did do when I did referee hockey, I wasn't afraid to call a couple early to let them know these are what penalties are going to look like all night long. And now we've got O'Neill heading to the box.
The only thing here coming into the third is, maybe the officials knew that if the Rockets got 1 or 2, then it makes this game a little bit more competitive, a little bit more close.
I did think that after they got the goal. Okay, it didn't end up, 7-0 or anything like that where it really could get out of hand. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen here. Because of all the guys I thought would go over there for the second penalty, I assumed it would be McCracken. But I mean, it's impossible for us to see really if he's on the bench right now. But he's certainly not in the penalty box.
We don't have a great view of the benches here in Leamington.
It is 5-on-3.
Yeah, there are 2 penalties up on the board there for Leamington.
Martineau and O'Neill are listed up on the board.
Both just for 2.
So this will be a full 2 minutes. Perry now talking to the official just to confirm some things.
And now Perry will make his way back to the bench to relay the answer from the official, the head coach.
Yeah, I think just
Jason
filling
Williams.
in Coach Williams here that yes, this actually is the case. So a full 2 minutes, 5-on-3. The big line is fresh. They're talking. Polidori's taking a drink, chatting with the referee.
And now
it's the other referee. I'm just noticing the other referee is actually standing in front of the Leamington bench. The one referee and a linesman, and they generally do go together so that there's always someone else listening to the conversation.
So the linesman and official talking things over with the Flyers bench as we await the start of the Strathroy 5-on-3 power play.
So if I heard that correctly, McCracken got 2 and 10. So O'Neill, they put 90 up on the board because he's serving it, but it's not his penalty. He's serving for McCracken.
Which would make sense.
Yes.
You did see the point from the official
himself.
for McCracken to head in what was the direction of the bench and or the locker room, and it was the locker room, the latter choice. Elston shot through. That one hits off the side of the net on the one-time chance. Trying to pick that one up, McPherson here. Now opposite side, gets past Taves. Belaz trying to chase it down, but it's up to the point. Barnes walking in, leaves it for Belaz. Up to Carson Perry, top of the circle. Elliston left side. Looks back to Barnes here. Now Elliston again. Rockets just looking for some shots here. It's Perry, near side, looking. Barnes poked off his stick, up to the line. Elliston can't hold it in, and it'll be cleared out here by the Flyers. Circling back McPherson, and he'll dump it back to the Strathroy blue line and head to the bench for a change.
As often happens in 5-on-3s, a lot of passes. No shot as of yet.
Trying to find the right shot, and you end up not getting any. Elliston, back. Barnes looking, shot, scores! Charlie Barnes on the power play, steps in, fires it past the glove of Polidori, and the Rockets are back within 3, now 49 seconds to go on the second minor penalty.
It took them over a minute to finally get a shot on goal, and when they finally did, they scored. Charlie Barnes with the wrist shot, beating Polidori low to the glove side, far side. And as you said, now 5-2. Still 49 seconds left on the power play.
So Charlie Barnes on the power play is first as a Rocket. And it is a 5-2 hockey game. 45 seconds to go here on the man advantage. Kindry back behind the Strathroy net. Taken away from him, but the Rockets will hold on to it. Now Laszlo, he'll bring it forward, loses it at the line. Dundas trying to get it down low. Bouncing puck, batted away, up to the line, kept in, but not for long here as Gucci had to bring it back out to center ice. Now Cucci with it, just inside the Strathroy blue line. Up through the middle. Couple of moves there. Taken down a little bit here, but he's able to get back up to his feet. Hogarth now hands it off to Dundas right side. Dundas to the net. Shot well wide. Bounces around. Capped in. Kindry, top of the circle, works his way back up to the blue line. Hands it off into the corner. Dundas settles it down. Looks to the net. This one hits off the side of the net. Now picked up back behind. Penalty comes to an end. Back to even strength. Shot through. That one might have been tipped out front, but it's stopped by Polidori. From the corner now, 8:38 to go. As the penalty's over now, right out front of the Strathroy bench, picked up by O'Neill. O'Neill Stick handling, trying to get away from danger here. Up to the line, finally poked off his stick by Kochi. Up to center ice, and then dumped back in by the Flyers. That will be an icing, not quite to center.
Oh, yeah. We don't have the greatest view right down in front of the benches, the red line, but I didn't realize that just how far back he was there. Icing caught me off guard.
Face-off off to Polidori's right side here. 8:22 to go in this contest. Up to the point, Habib shot through. That one stopped by the pad of Polidori. Picking it up, trying to clear, back out through the middle. Almost knocking that one away, Gallant. As now it's thrown off the glass and out. Back to the Strathroy line. Now jumped back. It'll go down right on goal for Polidori, who will have no choice but to cover this one up with Gallant coming in on goal.
Well, since the first period, they were outshot 24-10 in the second period. But since the end of the first period, this game's tied 2-2. The first period really didn't go their way. Everything Flyers touched ended up in the net. And since Nixon's come in, they've outscored the Flyers 2-0.
This one will go down and just miss the goal of Nixon and be an icing against Leamington again. So we crawl our way through with about 7:55 to go here in the third. And you mentioned it there, the Flyers scored the first 5 goals of this hockey game. They go up 5-0 early in the second period, and you really thought things were going to get out of hand to the point of being 7 or 8-0. But the Rockets have really calmed things down here. They've got 2 of their own, and it's a 5-2 hockey game. 7:50 to go in the third period.
And Chaz Nixon with 22 saves since coming in at the 6:05 mark of the second period has really kept the Flyers at bay.
Shot from the point of Habib will go off a stick and into the netting, out of play.
And by the way, in that Sarnia-Chatham 8-5 game, 11 goals in the second period. All 5 of Sarnia's goals were in the second period on 7 shots.
They have since added another goal in the third. It is 8-6 Chatham now in Sarnia.
And Nolan de Koning had played the whole first 40 minutes.
Played up through the middle. Connor McPherson looked back to the middle of the ice there for his brother Ryan. Was knocked off his stick. Now tried to cut through. Knocked off the puck. And the Rockets will bring it back the other way. Into the offensive zone. Stays on side. Looks for the middle. Now back behind the net. It'll be Hall to pick it up. Hall looks out front. Nobody there. Pass was knocked away. And now with speed coming back the other way. McPherson wide. Tries to cut to the net. They're knocked away. Backhand on goal by Grudner. And stopped by Nixon. And now some words there from the former teammates.
Yeah, Nixon, little tap on the pants for Connor McPherson here. I think the Flyers now, you can kind of see it, at least on that line, on their face. They just want to get this done. No need for any shenanigans.
Skate out of here with the win in 2 points if they can get through the next 7:04. They're up by 3. Up to the blue line. It'll be cleared out. Picked up by Michael Alliston coming through center. Throws it off the end boards. Tries to pick up his own rebound there as he's pinned against the wall. And he didn't like that little late hit as Alliston and O'Brien talking back and forth as they leave the zone. Puck now inside of Strathroy territory.
That's not a matchup I'd like if I'm the Rockets. Alliston and O'Brien.
Point shot tipped. It goes wide into the corner. Clark there to pick it up here for Leamington. Knocked off his stick by Piercy. Laszlo and Couvion battling back behind the net. And it'll be picked up with some time and space. Barnes throws it off the stick of Piercy and back into the Flyers zone for Clark. Held on to. Pass quickly up past the blue line. Looking for a nice dump in, and they'll get it as he gains center. Nixon's out of his net to play it here and hands it off. Laszlo on the right side. Blaz just hands it back to Laszlo, and he'll skate back behind the Strathroy net with 6 minutes even to go here in the third. Looking for a long pass, and Blaz didn't get a piece of it. It'll be an icing against Strathroy.
Thought they might wave that off because the Flyers player decided to play the body, and they will sometimes, in lieu of that, wave off the fact that they didn't play the puck. But that was a bullet pass, long pass.
Nixon looks off to his right for the face-off. O'Neill wins it towards the boards. Now back behind the net, Utero. Tries to chase it down. Back behind the net. O'Neill with it again. Knocked off his stick. Thrown off the glass and out. Trying to chase it down. Coochie just off to the side of the goal. Collision there. Well, he's able to get the puck back behind the Leamington net. Thrown out and around the boards. It'll find its way all the way back to Strathroy territory. Laszlo out front of the net. Off to Belaz. Bounced off his stick. Trying to pick that one back up. O'Neill couldn't hold on to it. Charlie Barnes will bring it forward. Barnes into the offensive zone. They pick his pocket, take the puck away, and now here comes Leamington across the blue line. Cutting through, Lemieux looking shot. That one goes off a stick and wide. Another chance there for Lemieux trying to find that hat-trick goal. Now he looks out front for a pass to O'Neill. That one knocked away again. Into the corner, now back behind the net. Nelson up to Coochie. Coochie just flipping it into the neutral zone as he's taken down. Here come the Flyers. It's Cotter in across the blue line. Cotter looking. Lassard. Lassard drops it. Cotter couldn't get the shot off, and the Rockets will get it back. Coming forward. Pass onto the stick. Perry. Perry cuts through. Perry backhander. That one stopped by Polidori. Nice save on the Rockets captain.
Tried to open him up and go 5-hole, but Polidori closed it up.
Inside the Leamington zone with 4.5 to go here. Cotter now back behind the net. Picked up as the Flyers will clear up to the line. Not out though as it's kept in by the D. Finally, it'll be thrown off the boards to the blue line and out. Out front of the Leamington bench now. D to D. This one turned over. Toe drag move. Couldn't get the shot off there as that one goes wide. Picked up by Perry back behind the net. Now another chance. Flyers as Cotter picks it up and he'll throw it off the stick there and get it out. And the Rockets will look to finish a change. Long pass. Coming through center. Now onto the stick. McPherson looking for a shot. McPherson, another chance on. Nixon makes the save, and he's going to keep the puck alive as he hands it off to Kane Johnson. Right against the wall there. Now Johnson coming forward with speed. Works his way across the blue line. Still cutting through. Couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't get a shot off there. And the Flyers will pick it up and turn back up ice. To center around the boards as it's dumped in. All the way over right out front of the Strathroy bench. Kept in by Clark. McPherson around the perimeter. Poked off his stick by Hall, and now here comes Blake Hall into the offensive zone looking for a shot through. That one stopped by Polidori. Big rebound comes out, and Kindry from the blue line will just dump it back in. Now Johnson picking up the loose puck, taken into the corner by Clark. Trying to tie him up, pinning him against the wall. Two Flyers on Johnson up to the point. Hall to the net. That one's going to go off a foot and off the glass. 2:54 to go here in this contest. Leamington leads 5-2. Up to center. Nice poke pass. Now McPherson cuts in. McPherson shot on, and Nixon makes the save.
It's been a tough physical game, both teams. And I think 5-2, you know what, more so than it was when it was 5-0 is more indicative of this, the play in this game. Couple of goals, late second into the third for the Rockets to make the scoreboard a little bit more respectable. But both teams just want to get out of here too with no suspensions, nothing silly. Start getting misconducts and things like that in the late stages of the third period. Your chance in missing important games. The Flyers trying to get first in the conference. The Rockets trying to make sure that they at least stay in eighth. To clinch the playoff spot. Last thing you need is guys getting injured or suspended.
Back behind the net, Lassard with it here for the Flyers. Piccolo, pinned against the wall by Faulkner, Couvion will pick it up. Dumps it back side of the goal. Now back behind the net, Piccolo. Piccolo looking out front, couldn't get the shot off there. Couvion right in the slot, and it's going to be thrown back out through the neutral zone by Strathroy. Elliston was going to be offside, so he had to leave it. Flyers now with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. Cross in a shot on goal. Nixon gloves it down, and with O'Neill coming in on him, we'll glove that one and make the save.
I don't know if that was going to be on goal, but Nixon's done that a lot. We've mentioned it before about how he'll take no chances if it's anywhere close or his guys won't maybe be the first ones to the puck. He'll just catch it and get a face-off.
Face-off off to Nixon's right side. One back to the point here. Looking for a shot. That one will go off his stick over top of the net. Trying to pick that one up is slow to get up off the ice is O'Neill. It's Lemieux with it now. Lemieux. Piercy's without his stick. Looking for a shot through traffic. And Nixon, another big save there for Strathroy, standing tall. Minute 29 to go.
Yeah, Piercy had lost his stick. So it's like kind of like having 4.5 guys out there when you've got a guy with no stick. Yeah, with 1:29 to go, face off to the right of Nixon here. Just about carried this home.
Back out through center. Piercy trying to knock down a puck. Belaz throws a hit. Martineau will bring it in across the blue line. Martineau cuts to the slot, looks off the left side. O'Neill couldn't get the shot off. Nixon makes another save there as Piercy will pick it up in the corner, throw it off the boards, and at least get it out to center.
We've got two guys looking for hat tricks, both on the ice here in the final minute for the Flyers, in Lemieux and O'Neill.
1 minute to go here in the third period. Rockets will pick it up and bring it forward, and now they have a 4-on-2 into the offensive zone. Pass. Nelson looks, scores. Noah Nelson, 49.1 to go. It's 5-3.
He picked that top corner glove side, and Polidori was a solid 6 feet out of the blue trying to cut down the angle. Nelson goes top cheese glove side, and Polidori was not happy with himself there. He went down to one knee, and he's still shaking his head. Not thrilled with giving up that one.
Rockets came back with numbers, a 4-on-2, and the pass for Nelson, who had tons of time and tons of space inside the offensive zone. And now here come the Flyers back the other way. Looking for another chance, shot on. Nixon, a big save, rebound, and they score. They come right back, and they add on. It's 6-3.
Not on Nixon. He made the first 2 saves. And then Darash came in, picked up the garbage, slid it into the net.
35.8 to go here. Teams exchanging late goals.
It's in the corner, Liney.
Nixon, the goalie, having to go find the puck.
One of the defensemen just kind of flipped it over into the corner.
Picked up here with 27 seconds to go. The Flyers will take it back behind their nets. And they'll just sit back there, and with time expiring here, a dozen seconds to go, they'll just sit there and wait for the horn to go, and they'll skate to a 6-3 win.
Well, an exchange of a couple of goals in the last minute. But a good recovery by the Rockets to come back, score some goals after having, some chances where they didn't even get shots on net early in the game.
The final score 6-3 in favor of the Flyers. A big 2 points for them here, chasing down London for first place in the Western Conference. But for the Rockets, a game that started out with a 5-0 deficit, ended up a lot better than it could have.
Absolutely, getting back that late goal made it 5-3. The effort was there. Unfortunately, the goals just came fast and furious for the Flyers in the first period. But Nixon really held them in. He had a great performance coming in and playing the final, for the most part, 34 minutes of this game in 55 seconds. But yeah, great performance by Nixon. I still say mercy pull for Brazeau. Can't blame him for what did get allowed especially in the first period. The grade A chances just ended up in the back of the net.
And the Flyers with that big win, 6-3 here As mentioned, Chaz Nixon came into the game, just allowed the 1 goal late, but before that made 27 saves for Strathroy since coming into the game in the second period, which would be a good night on its own, let alone without missing the first 26 minutes of the hockey game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, the Rockets fall 6-3 here in their return to Leamington. They'll get a chance at redemption, Eldon, Saturday night in Strathroy.
Yeah, 2 nights from now, 48 hours. Well, not even now, 45 hours, I guess, or so. They'll be at the West Middlesex for a game in Strathroy, and we will be there.
We will be there. The puck drops 7:30 at the West Middlesex Memorial Center as the Rockets will finish off the home-and-home against the Leamington Flyers. We're on the air shortly before 7:30 on Hockey TV and the Rockets YouTube page to bring you the action. And, of course, all that will entail on that Saturday night. The Leamington Flyers will be back as well. And you got to keep in mind for Leamington, they're coming off a game last night in LaSalle, so they'll be their 3rd game in 4 nights. And we'll see how they fare on the road in the much smaller West Middlesex Memorial Center. But that does it for our coverage here tonight from Leamington as the Flyers skate to a 6-3 win over the Rockets. You're listening to Strathroy Rockets Hockey. We'll see you Saturday night from Strathroy.